Thank you, Future Fusionist. Thank you so much. Oh, Daphne. Hi. Hi, Booba. Booba doo. I know. Scott Pilgrim is one of those characters that, like, if you identify with this character, if you relate to them, you're an asshole. You know? Like, people are like, ooh, Joker. Ooh, Walter White. Ooh. I mean, they're definitely on different levels. You know? But you know what I mean. But I think that's the point, is that he's an asshole. Because he kind of says sorries. He kind of says sorries about it at the end, but still. I know, I have been telling Matt that you guys miss him. He's editing. He's trigger fingering. He has trigger finger. Yeah. He's laying low. Username Take. Thank you so much for subscribing. I know. Well, we're gonna, as soon as this video is done, we'll be streaming. Because one of our sponsors got moved to next month, so he's trying to just like get the video done, but you know, not break his back. How long does Matt work on the videos? I think it goes way too hard. Just wondering if it's gotten any faster for him. No, it's gotten less fast. It's gotten slower. It's gotten much more difficult. I think it's a combination of, like, in the beginning, we were just, there were zero expectations, you know? So as time has gotten, as the channel has grown, more eyeballs and things have happened that make it more precarious to make videos, you know? So there's a little bit of, it takes longer to make sure that we say our words right. Burnout is a thing. Big time. People expect a certain length of videos too. People get mad if a short video comes out. They're like, this video was 25% ad. It's like, okay, then don't watch the ad. It doesn't change anything. It's at the end. And the video would have been the same length with or without the ad, so, you know. People don't get it. So, yeah. I mean, that's sort of a work in progress, you know, just taking care of ourselves. Matt's taking care of himself and doing the video in manageable bits as he can. But this year we have exciting stuff brewing, and we're looking into streamlining the process more. It may end up looking like, I mean, currently already our output is at like 1 girlfriend review a month. It used to be 2. It's just getting harder and harder, but so it's been like 1 video a month lately. What it might look like in this next year is 1 girlfriend review a month, and then like podcast or other little bits throughout the month as well. So you would still be getting the same amount of content that you're used to, but with bonus stuff as well. Yeah. Well, a lot of people do post videos every week, but I think just the nature of our content, the production pipeline, the care. Not that people don't care about their videos, but I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I'm a big fan of many YouTubers, lots of video essays I love, and there are very few that it seems like get other eyeballs on their videos or give it a watch through again. Like, people will post 30-minute to hour-long video essays, but peppered in throughout the video essay is like the same line repeated twice, like 2 different takes of one line, or something gets cut off, or, you know, just stuff like that. And I go, if you're gonna make a 30-minute video, you gotta watch through it. You gotta put eyeballs on it. You gotta make sure that everything looks good to go. Just saying. It's not a dislike for me. It's just a... I see it. But like, I've never noticed that in like a Swoop video. I've never noticed that in like a Jay Aubrey or Right Opinion video, you know. But you can tell that they have like a team of people. They have editors and they have writers, I assume, or researchers. They have people that are looking at this stuff, and the team here is 4 eyeballs, me and Matt. No, I agree. Non-scripted and conversational for sure, but when it's clearly a mistake and not just like you're leaving in ums and ahs. Like, leave in your ums and ahs if you want it to be conversational. Like a Rachel Oates is very conversational. A Fundy Fridays is very conversational. But when it's a mistake and it's like, you didn't watch that back, or you didn't have somebody sit and watch this and make sure, I go, okay. We are working on a YouTube video. We're gonna have a Valorant video out in the next couple days. And then, I'm not sure, maybe Pal World, but it depends. We only have like a week to get a video out, so it's gotta be either... We might play Pal World and stream it, and then maybe do like a vlog or something. Thank you, Nightman. When Matt finishes a video, what's the celebration time look like? Okay, well, it looks like this. We finish a video, we upload it immediately, and if we're not at the very last possible second that our sponsor will allow the video to go up, we will schedule it to go up the next morning, but otherwise you may have noticed some late day uploads. And then the celebration is sleeping. The celebration is take a couple days off, catch up on some sleep, repay the sleep debt. That's what it looks like. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what it do. And I, although I'm not the writer or editor of the channel, technically I'm like assistant, because I'm right there during almost the entire process. I'm sitting with Matt and we're talking about it and we're throwing out ideas, and I'm watching him edit almost the entire video. Yeah. Executive producer. Assistant to the regional manager. Yeah. It's true, because then I'm also doing tasks such as assistant things, coffee runs, food, you know, laundry, those sort of things. I'm an office manager. I'm office manager. Why don't we stream on the YouTube channel? That's a good question. The answer is we just started on Twitch. I think it's less overwhelming for us. I don't know really how YouTube streaming works so much. Twitch is made for streaming, you know. Twitch is like, that's their thing. So it's very easy to stream on Twitch, and that's just what we did initially. I think streaming on YouTube would be a little overwhelming. The difference in size of audience is just I don't know what to expect. I wouldn't know what to expect. We've talked to some people about like simulcasting, but I don't know. It just feels chiller here. It feels more loosey-goosey. You know, it's fun. I don't know. I've talked to people at Twitch. No one has ever said that we're not allowed to stream on other platforms. But like the people that come here to watch a stream are here because they really want to talk to us or like hang out with us. But people on YouTube, it's a lot easier to just like passively come by and be like, F you, B. You know, and I just don't want it. Well, I don't have a contract with Twitch, is the thing. So yeah, if I were Ninja, I probably wouldn't, you know. I don't owe them anything. No, just a few of them pop up an image. I got a few that have a little thing. Oh, that one doesn't work. Okay, stop. I gotta add it to the scene. What is it? Media source, I think. Okay. What's on the agenda this week, everybody? We've got to finish this video. I rescheduled 2 calls that we had today because we have to finish this video. Good morning. Wow, that's so kind. Ooh, I think someone new is in the mailbox today. It's a Tato. He's so fat, you guys. I love him. Nothing is on Matt's agenda right now except for finish the video, and then he can come up for air and decide what is next. Hey, love you. The mailbox is from Happy and Polly. We did not retire from making videos. You're gonna get one in the next few days. Also, you done messed up AA, Ron? Thank you, that's very kind. Thank you for sharing our videos. I hope your friend liked it. Yes, mail time! Right? You know about mail time? There's also a little, whoa. A letter. land. Bye. It is a scratching post on the pole. Listen, it's a cheap thing. And this is the, I will tell you before you buy things from Happy and Polly, it's cheap stuff, but it's very cute. So don't be expecting the most sturdy stuff. But I do also have a fountain, a ceramic fountain from them that I like a lot. And I would buy more cat trees from them because they're so g-dang cute that I would buy more. They're just a little wobbly and you have to, assemble them yourselves. But the price point is decent. Just don't be expecting, fancy schmancy. No. In fact, we have plans to not give Persona 3 a spin. I think Matt will never play another Persona game again. Power World after this video. So I think we'll play it at least. Yeah, Tato looking around. Right, Tato? He looking at me. Right, Tato man? Hi. I love you. Oh, I love you. I love you. Hey, you blinky? Oh. He blinking. He blinking at me. He blinky. He say, He's so sweet. He's so sweet. He's a real sweet guy. Tato is. I mean, Joey is too. But, Joey is, spicy. He's a good boy. Well, he's not a gentleman. He's a good, sweet boy, but he's also, demanding. Potato is. How long have I had the animals for? So Joey is about 10 now. Potato is 9. I got them both as widow kittens. Obviously I got Joey first. Joey was my first, pet I got on my own. I had a bird at the time. I moved out of the house. I got an apartment. I had a bird at the time, and then I got Joey. He was a widow kitten. And then a year later we got Potato. My friend found his mom in her apartment. I guess his mom's owners had gone out of town, and his mom was pregnant and giving birth, and they just locked her out of the apartment. So my friend took her in with the litter, and he had a whole litter of brothers and sisters. And my friend was like, hey, will you help me find homes for them? And I said, absolutely, I will share it. And she said, do you want one? And I said, she was like, I love Potato. She named him. She was like, I love Potato. If my parents won't let me keep him, will you take him? And I said, yes, that's a good deal. And then whatever happens is meant to be. And then she was like, well, I can't take Potato, so he's yours. And I'd take Potato. And then she brought all of the kittens over to my apartment, and people came by throughout the day and picked them up and took them home. And Joey was just like, what the hell? He was like so interested in all these little kittens. It was very cute though. He and Potato immediately just got along. Yeah, Potato's like 9 and Joey's 10. But Joey, again, spicy, certainly neurodivergent, doesn't play very nicely. So Potato is a perfect cat for him because he's so chill and one of those cats that will let you do whatever you want to them. So it's perfect for Joey because Joey doesn't play very nicely. He's not very good at it. He's not very good at things, at socialization. So immediately, like little 1-year-old Joey was just like pouncing on Potato and kangaroo feeding him and, you know, attacking him. And that's how he thought playing was. And he still will do that. But yeah, they started bathing each other. They were so cute. Oh my gosh. It was so sweet. I mean, they're still so cute. They love each other. I get it. Trust issues with cats. I get it. I mean, they're particular. And if you're not a cat person, if you weren't raised around cats, you have to learn how to be around a cat, you know? You have to have cat energy. And there's definitely a way. And Matt had to learn. He still has some learning to do. He doesn't have like natural cat energy. He has dog energy for sure. I go both ways. Yeah, there's a way to interact with a cat, and it's not like a dog. And if you need more information, you should listen to Jackson Galaxy. He is my Lord and Savior, patron saint of cats. Most of the books that I've actually like really gotten through and finished have been horror. Yes, this is a real streamer you see with a real schedule. Whoa, what is this big chunk of text? In the realm of cosmic pickles and interdimensional cheese, there exists a prophecy foretelling a legendary saga of a sentient toaster seeking enlightenment through I don't know what you're saying to me. Ooh, it got deleted. You got in trouble. You got in trouble. You got in trouble. Yeah. Reading is hard, especially if it's not something that I'm genuinely interested in. But I had been thinking about, because I loved Memoirs of a Geisha, and I'm like more than halfway through it. But I put it down, and then I got into the habit of whatever, my habits changed, and now I haven't picked it back up. Uh-oh, Johnny farted. Johnny farted. Johnny, ew, gross. Thank you for subscribing and farting. So I just like haven't been in the I don't know, the routine of reading. But I was thinking I might get one of those like cushions that like holds your book open. And if I can like read while I knit or something, that would be good for me, because I don't like not doing anything. I do like audiobooks. I've consumed quite a few audiobooks too. Recently, From Here to Eternity. By recently, I mean in the last year. I listened to Jeanette McCurdy's book, I'm Glad My Mom Died. I listened to, I don't know, I can look. Let me look, I'll tell you. I will tell you what I read, what I listen to, la 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 la. I loved it. I loved I'm Glad My Mom Died. I thought it was super interesting, and I loved hearing her read it to me. Oh, Potato's leaving. And being about her age, and having watched a lot of like iCarly at that time, it was super interesting, I thought, and just touched me. It touched me. Okay. Let's see. Audiobooks. No, my library. Okay, From Here to Eternity, finished. Glad My Mom Died, finished. A Head Full of Ghosts, finished. Tender is the Flesh, finished. That's it. Yeah. I could see it being better on audiobook because of her. I want to hear it from her. Yeah, that's true. Half SL. I know. I would be interested in hearing Brittany's book, but I don't know, man. I have very strange feelings around the whole Britney Spears thing. I don't know what is going on there, and the whole thing makes me feel very, like, uncomfortable, and like I'm missing something, and like I'm not getting the full story. So yeah, we can talk about Tender is the Flesh. I'm sorry it made you nauseous. It didn't make me nauseous, but I also am demented and twisted. Like my Marzovic, she makes 7 daughters and 7 sons. Okay, I'll add it to my list. I'm a sicko, so there's really not much that grosses me. I would say a book that grossed me. Parts of The Troop grossed me, but I also didn't finish The Troop. It really didn't. I really had a hard. I put it down and picked it up a billion times, and I just couldn't. I resigned to the fact that it didn't. That it wasn't gonna grab me, and that's okay. What'd you say? 7 brides for 7 brothers? 7 daughters and 7 sons. Wow, that's so close. 7 brides for 7 brothers is very different, I bet. 7. Oh, this is in my library. Hold on. I liked the Dahmer Show. I know 7 Brides for 7 Brothers is a musical. I just don't know what 7 Daughters and 7 Sons is. So that's why I'm saying I assume they're very different. Because I know about 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. I know about that barn raising scene. That shit slaps. Okay. Search. 7. Jesus. See? This is ADHD. Welcome. 7. Daughters. There is nothing on here. I'll have to do it later. I'm sorry. Just don't let me forget. Gross seems hard to pull off in the written world. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I know what made me feel bad. I know what I didn't like. It was, Gone to See the Riverman. That made me feel gross. I didn't like that. Horror books, I think, are cool because there's no budgetary limitations. There's no just like, how do we do this? Logistic limitations. Wish the Silent Hill PT video was streamed too? Do you mean our playthrough? Because it's highlighted on the channel. You can watch it. It's highlighted on Twitch. Extreme emotional responses reading, I think of Giovanni's Room. Oh. Well, I don't like to be sad. So, I don't like really dreadful, depressing things. Yeah, I won't. I like horror, but I don't like... I don't need to see Sophie's Choice. I don't need to see it. I get it. I'm sad enough. I have had enough sad things. Let me instead try to wrap my head around some other kinds of horrors rather than sad horrors. I don't like it. Boy, there have been a couple of occasions where Matt tries to get me to watch some really good movie that he thinks that I should see, and he forgets that it's also very, very sad, and then I'm devastated for the rest of the day and night. This happened with The Green Mile. I was devastated. And, also, Interstellar. Horror good, tragedy bad. I don't know, I guess. And I'll tell you, as a woman who lost her father at the tender age of 13, Interstellar was a surprise in topic. I haven't watched Beau is Afraid yet, but I'll tell you why I love Midsommar over Hereditary. Look at it. I've never seen anything like it. The colors, the horror in broad daylight. Oh, it's just gorgeous. The costumes. Florence Pugh. She's so good. I love it. Okay, I will watch Beau is Afraid sometime, but it's like 3 hours long, you guys. I don't know. Eventually, do you think it was worth watching those movies even though they made you sad for the whole day? Yeah, I do. I guess so. I guess it was, but I would rather it surprise me than like go into something knowing that it's going to be really sad, you know? You consider Midsommar a drama film with horror elements? I don't know, girl. It starts right away, right off the bat. Horrible. Horrifying. Ooh, I want to watch Poor Things. I have some of his other movies on my list. I would like to see, what is it? Hound? Someone will know. But I've been diving into a lot of, like, Midsommar theories, Easter eggs, that type of thing. And I will say, like, a rewatch a rewatch of Midsommar is a treat. You know? Like, knowing where it's going, knowing what happens, and then having your eyes open and looking around is... If you like horror, if you're into it, it was really awesome for me. I really liked it. Not The Lobster, it's called... I have to look at my Letterboxd. Dogtooth. It's called Dogtooth. Thank you, Riley. I haven't seen Saltburn yet. I asked Matt if he wanted to watch it with me, and he was like, I'm not really into two guys flirting or whatever. And I'm like, that is not what this is. Fierce. I would like to personally apologize to every friend I made watch horrible things. I'm so sorry. That was probably not fun. Baby's first art house film is a good description now that I think about it. I think got a lot of love because of Jacob Elordi. I can see that. I can see that. Is it violent? Saltburn? It's not a horror movie, right? I know BME Pain Olympics was faked. So was, okay, thank you. Thank you for the info. So was, 2 Girls, 1 Cup. The poop is fake. Is this nice to hear on a Monday? I did see some people online comparing it to Talented Mr. Ripley in like the psychological thriller sense and the homoeroticism. And I will say, if you haven't seen The Talented Mr. Ripley, you need to go see it. You need to go watch it. You need to. Yeah, the poop is fake. I hope that helps. Tub Girl's also fake. Does that help? Am I helping you with closure? I think my favorite horror video game, probably Resident Evil 7. That shit's scary. Ooh, but I played Mortician's Assistant, and that was really fun. Meat spin, not fake, sorry. But also not a big deal. I am reducing the trauma. Good, good. Yeah, a lot of them are fake. You know that there was a picture that traumatized me on Rotten.com to the point where, like, I woke up in the middle of the night and went into my mom's room and I was like, I cannot sleep because I saw something on the internet that scared me and I had to tell her about it because I was so scared. And the picture, let me tell you about the picture that scared the shit out of me. It wasn't like a dead guy. It wasn't like blood. It was literally, no, it wasn't goatsy. It was fake also. A man with his finger up his nose coming out of his eyeball. That was the one that scared me. Not the guys in the hammer. No, I don't know where it is. Rotten.com is bye-bye, right? I know, it's... No, not anybody on the train tracks turned into ground beef. That was fine, that was all fine. It was the man with his finger coming out of his eye socket. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like eyeball stuff, but I'm not very squeamish. Dad showed me a website with pictures of werewolves, and it really scared me. I'm sorry. Is a dude just slamming his pee hole with a fat butt plug? I don't know that one, but I do know Kids in the Sandbox. Do not look these things up. Why are we talking about this? I'm gonna get banned on Twitch, you guys. Chopin does pair nicely with this. Oh, the jump scare stuff? I hated that. I hated that. Are you asking me if One Man, One Jar was fake? Because unfortunately, no, that was very real. But he's fine. He's good. Mr. Hand's also real. Not fine, not good. Sorry, Bextex. Yeah, One Man, One Jar, fine. He's fine. He's alive. He's good. Okay? I know things. Don't worry about how I know them. Just know that I know things. Yeah, we can move on to another topic, but I will just put your mind at ease. He's fine. I will tell you how I know things. I have ADHD, And when something interests me or intrigues me for 1 second, I hyperfixate on it and must absorb all of the information and content around that one thing for a brief moment of time. So when I see something, a lemon party per se, I go, what? And then I say, what is this? And then I start learning. Oh, this is a genre. Oh, it gets worse. You know? But that goes for everything. Oh, fish tanks. You know? No, you're a kid in the wild, wild west of the internet. Those things, it's like a Starbucks on the corner, you know? I was just seeing things. Yeah, fish tanks. And then I get hyperfixated on aquarium stuff, and now I have a planted tank with the betta fish in it. Knitting. Let me hyperfixate on this for a little bit. Now I have a huge crazy hobby. Animals. Animal facts. I know a lot of animal facts. Hee, hee, hee. You guys know this song? Hee, hee, hee. No, we don't cosplay. We have costumes that we will wear for certain occasions. Yeah, you know this song. Your ADHD led you down a path of looking up the infrastructure of US railroad systems. Yeah. Yep. So I know a lot about parrots. I know a lot about animals. Various animals. I know a lot about antiques. Vintage glass. I know a lot about Barbies. Does ADHD make it hard for you to see a mess? My partner has ADHD and says that's a big thing. Well, everyone's different. Everyone's ADHD materializes in different ways. For me, no. I can see the mess, but I can pretend I do not see it. It's hard with ADHD because you go to like clean something, and then on your way to take it to its place that it belongs, you see something else that needs to go somewhere, and then you put the thing down that you were taking to its place, and then you pick the other thing up, and then you take that somewhere, and then while you're putting it away, you realize that there's a whole box of stuff there that needs to be gone through, and so you start going through the things in that box, and then while you were in the middle of cleaning, you've made a bigger mess than you meant to, you know? That's how it is for me. Oof. Yeah. It's true. It means for me also that like there will be flurries of cleaning, of like, oh, it's gotten to the point where I can no longer stand it, and then just like a furious clean will happen. Yeah. I haven't seen the Barbie movie. Well, listen. ADHD. Again, it's different for everyone, and just because you have one thing that could be considered a symptom of ADHD doesn't mean that you have ADHD, you know? Like there's a lot of different things that go into it, and it's a bit of a spectrum. I find that mine, even with medication, makes it extremely difficult for me to function. Makes it very difficult for me to complete tasks and even just start tasks. But some people have ADHD and they manage it well or better, and some people, you know, I was talking to my my psychiatrist, and she was telling me that, you know, she was asking me about family planning in the future, and she was like, because, you know, if you end up wanting to have a baby, you need to go off of your meds. And you know, she was basically saying that some of her clients, some of her patients can't drive when they go off of their meds. Like, they can't, it's dangerous for them to drive. You know, but that's not the case for me. So I know that on that end of the spectrum, like, I'm not that far over, I guess. But other things are very difficult for me. So it just depends. It's just like any other kind of like neurodivergency, like autism doesn't look the same in anybody. OCD, depression, anxiety, like it looks different in every single person. Does ADHD make it hard for you to open up and talk about yourself? I have a little brother in Big Brothers Big Sisters who's 13. He has ADHD. It's been really hard to connect with him. He doesn't ever seem to want to open up. I never had that problem, but yeah, it can be a thing. I will say, if you can find something that they have hyperfixated on and learn a little bit about it, that will open up a conversation for sure. For sure. That's what I would suggest. Is like learning a little bit about what they're really interested in. And then I guarantee you they'll open up. They'll want to talk about that. Yeah. I can go days without meds and just feel sluggish. Yeah. ADHD made me have really bad anxiety. Stimulants helped me a lot with it. Me too. And I didn't take any meds up until, I want to say like 2013. Like after I came back from college. My 1 year of college. And I wonder if I had had meds during that 1 year of college, if I would have done better. Because one thing I will say is that, like, for me personally, my meds require me to be on a routine. So if I had something that required me to, like, wake up and take it, and then that thing that I was waking up and taking made me actually wake up, I think I probably would have been much better in college. Anyways, I was dealing with it before. Goodbye, AA Ron. I was dealing with it before, my anxiety. It would be like, oh, I have to clean the litter box, or there's dishes in the sink, and these things are piling up and overwhelming me. And I'm looking around, I would just start crying. I would just be like, I would get so angry and frustrated, and then I would go to sleep. I would, do forgive me. If you're comfortable answering, what kind of meds have you taken? Okay, so, should I get into it? My full medication history? Basically, it started when I was 13. Started when I was 13. First of all, I got diagnosed with ADHD when I was very, very young. Like, right away. They were like, girl. Girl. Yeah, so when I was... But we never did any medication for it, because, I don't know, my mom was, like, worried, I guess, and... I don't know what I'm doing. So I was like, no, I don't want it. Oh, thanks, half SL. Hashtag not medical advice. Yeah, anyways, because of my ADHD, I was already like predisposed to depression, anxiety, you know, they're comorbid. ADHD usually exists with something else. OCD, those kinds of things. So I had a lot of like mood swings as a child. I had big meltdowns, big emotional meltdowns. And then when I started puberty and started my period, the PMS was I would say devastating. I would say the week leading up to my period was pretty horrible, just depression-wise, mood-wise. And then I was diagnosed with PMDD, so my doctor, my pediatrician, put me on birth control for my PMDD, and it helped a little bit. But it wasn't until actually in the last few years that I started taking antidepressants. What? Why shouldn't you be listening to this? I'm just being honest. Is that okay? Matt would probably not like me talking about this stuff, but we're honest here. PMDD is premenstrual dysphoric disorder, and it can show up in many ways. For me, it was mood, but it can also be responsible for outrageous cramps or like horrible things like that. I've never been like that crampy, but mostly mood related problems. Yeah, I agree. Normalize talking about this stuff. And I think so too. Like it helps to hear people talk about things and then be like, yes, me too. It's very validating. Anyways, so 13, that was my first like prescription. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I love it. I love to talk. So that was that. And then my dad died of cancer when I was also 13, but this was maybe the birth control was when I was 12. I don't remember. But yeah, my dad died of cancer when I was 13, and then a year later, I was in the throes of grief, and that was when I got put on antidepressants. That was Zoloft and Deplin, and that helped a lot, but obviously it's only going to help so much. I never felt like it took away my personality or made me numb. I just felt better, I guess, a little bit better, but still, it's hard to say because it was just so like devastating. Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Anton Oive. Got it. I hope that you're doing better. So that was that. I stayed on that through high school, through college. I stayed on my antidepressants for until I met Matt. And I like stopped taking them. I just felt like I didn't need them anymore. And then don't do that. If you feel like you want to do something else, then talk to your doctor. Just let them know how you're feeling about it. A little bit it was Matt equals happiness. I was just like so stoked and like, you know, I felt sad to be on my own, and then I found Matt and I wasn't lonely. And I even I had been on, so I don't remember exactly. So it was 2013. I came back from Seattle. I got my own apartment. I got a job. I got various jobs. And then I finally started taking ADHD medications, and that was Concerta. My ex stopped taking ADHD meds, and then we got divorced. Oi. 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 Yeah, I'm happy to talk about it. I mean, listen, every single person has struggles, and a lot of the struggles look different, but it's very relatable to talk about. We're like, yeah, me too. So when I met Matt in 2016, that was like 3 years later, I sort of stopped taking my ADHD meds too, because I just felt like motivated to take care of him and like get up and take care of our little home together and that sort of thing. And then I told Matt about my ADHD when we met, and he was like, oh man, I think I have that. And then he went and got tested, and they were like, girl, you have that. So he started taking ADHD meds, and I kind of stopped, but then I started again too, and that time it was Vyvanse. So now I'm on Vyvanse, and I've been on it since then. And I really like it. But I was still having like PMDD problems. Like the week before my period, I was just getting so sad, so depressed, so devastated, and so like angry, and like the whole world was out to get me, and I was just so like tender, I guess is the word. How does one get tested for it? I don't remember how I did. I'm sure it was some psychiatrist or I don't know, but I remember it was like I had to go to a thing, and then they gave me all these different like puzzles and tests and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's different though for everyone. That's a good idea. I had thought about skipping the period, and I think maybe I will. Yeah. Yeah. So, but that being said, that's smart, midgens. I should do that maybe. I don't know, for some reason I thought in my brain, like, yeah, have this time in your cycle that, like, refreshes everything, but I don't really feel that way anymore. I don't really need that. So then, yeah, in the last year or so, I got prescribed Prozac for my PMDD, but I only take it 2 weeks out of the month, the 2 weeks leading up to a period, and when the period happens, I stopped taking it for 2 weeks. You feel me? And I've noticed a huge difference. Huge difference. Huge. Huge. Yep, so there's that. And here I am today. ADHD, antidepressants, birth control. Vitamins. I take vitamins too. I notice a big difference actually. For the past few weeks, I've been, here's my routine. Every night, I prep my meds for the morning. Okay? I prep my meds for the morning. I have a little, it was my grandma's. It's like a little egg cup, little porcelain egg cup that I put my meds in. And I've started, because my B6, B12, magnesium citrate, and D vitamin, they don't, it doesn't say like take it with a meal. It just says take it, bitch. So when I don't take the B6 and the B12 and the D vitamin, I take a really high dosage, like once a week. Serotonin syndrome? I don't know. Okay, listen. There's actually one right here. This pill looking thing. I'll show you. Oh, I'm sorry, Bubble. This is my Casper light. I have one in the other room, and then this one wasn't working for a while, but it just started working again. This wakes me up every single morning by slowly getting bright. Is it gonna work? Of course, now it's not working. Anyways, it's this. What's your problem? I don't understand. It was working yesterday. It's not working. Anyways. It slowly gets bright, wakes me up at the same time every day. It's called a Casper light. But listen. Before you buy the Casper light, because obviously it has problems, just look up like a sunrise sunset lamp, because there are others that do the same thing and aren't such a pain in the ass. I cannot tell you how much better it is to wake up to a slow, warm light than it is to wake up to it's just the worst. That's the worst thing. It's awful. A sudden sound? No. The light, and like sometimes I sleep a little bit later through the light, but I set my alarm for one time, and then 30 minutes before it slowly starts to get bright. So I'm definitely waking up sometime before the final moment I've set it to be. But if you're one of those people that will sleep through the light, I don't know. So yeah, Gengi says he uses the Hue lights. We have Philips lights too. Use that. I will say, like, this is nice just because it was only designed to do that thing. It was only designed to wake you up, and also when you flip it over, it gets bright, and then unless you press the button on the top to like pause it, it slowly dims, so it will like prepare you for bed if you're trying to unwind. So it's nice that is just designed for sleeping and waking up, and the interface on the app is very specific to that thing. The Philips app is a little bit overwhelming, and it's not, just for that. Like, I'll show you the difference. So I have my Casper app here, okay? Our lights are Navi and Fi. And then it's just like I can tap it and then it will turn on, and it's turned on in the other room. And I tap it and I turn it off. But I can also see like brightness, whatever, pause it, and then the edit wake up. And so like I have my alarms there. And that's all it's for. So that's nice and simple. However, the difference is if I go to my Philips app, okay, and then I go, okay, here's the Philips, here's one light, here's some lights, okay, then I go to automations, and then it's like, okay, I add a wake up. It's just a little bit less streamlined, but there are lots of lights that do that, so go find one. I love it. Anyways, okay, so here's the schedule. The warmth of the light starts to bathe mine eyes. Okay. Hold on, Muthspita. Put a pin in that, because I also had a song. I get up. I go, I flip over the light to turn it off. I go, whoop, I take my meds with my Vyvanse and my B6 and my B12. And then I say bye. And then I lay my little head down again. And then, 30 minutes to an hour later, I go, I don't know why, but today seems like it's gonna be a great day. There's something in the air that makes me feel like things are gonna go my way. You know? The Vyvanse kicks in, is basically what that means. So, that's my schedule. And it works for me. I love it. I love waking up a little bit early, taking my meds, and having a little schluffy, having a little nap. And then I go, the birds are chirping tweedledee, the sun is shining bright. That's how it feels. I love it. I'm really finding my groove in the last year or so. Like this year and last year, I'm finding my groove. I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm becoming an actual person. Like this is my final form, you know? Like one of those sort of things. Yeah. So, I'm figuring things out. I'm like, you know, figuring out the speed run, I suppose. Like the best way to do things. Yeah, it is what being a person feels like. It's crazy. And I remember the first time I took ADHD meds, I cried. I was like, oh my God, I feel so good. It's been so long. Is this what it's supposed to feel like? So yeah. The focus thing still is a challenge, but at least I'm awake and I'm alert and I'm happy to be here. Okay, the Little John. You said you had a roommate who used Little John to wake you up every morning. That's fun, and I used to set fun songs as my alarm too, and it has ruined at least 2 songs for me. One of them is A-Punk by Vampire Weekend. Now I hear beady 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 beady, and I'm like, no. I'm like, it ruins it. Okay. Really. And then the other one that I thought would be a good idea. I mean, listen, if you want to ruin a song, set it as your alarm. The other one is Shake, 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 Sonora. Jump in the line, that one. Bing 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 ding 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 ba ba da ba da ba 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 doo doo bing 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 bing. And at first I was like, and then I was furious. But honestly, I still love that song. Yeah. Jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. But like, just being jolted awake like that, under any circumstances, doesn't matter what the song is, it will ruin your day. You know? I love being gently awoken by a light. You know? Choice, not a sign like freshman year. We were so excited to live together. The first Monday he put on Monday by the Mamas and Papas, and I immediately threw a pillow and went, no! Yeah. My roommate and I in college, we had our ups and downs, but one thing that we used to do is like wake up a little extra early, and then we would eat some cereal in our dorm and we would watch a movie or something. We would wake up early enough to watch at least like half of a movie or a show or something. And that was fun. Sort of. That was fun, sort of. But I also slept through my first day of college by accident. So I had never had blackout curtains. I woke up at 5 p.m. very confused and disoriented. Yeah, me too. Oh. See, my dogs don't get a morning wake up because they're the ones giving me the morning wake up. There's like an hour before it's alarm time, or like actual wake up time, the animals start thinking about waking me up, which includes bathing, walking around, you know, if it's a cat, they'll walk on top of me, or they'll just get up and stretch and move around a little bit. The bath, though, definitely. Yep. The bath is a thing. And, yeah. And it's just for me. It's just for me. It's not for Matt. It's just for me. They all know who to come to. They all know where the food is coming from. This guy. And then I go, okay, and I get up and they all burst out of the room. So. You know, that's my backup alarm. I know that I will never sleep through anything ever again between the light and the animals. Even if they weren't here, my body would just be like, I gotta feed the animals. Yeah, there are some Barbies. There are some Barbies peppered around. Oh man, you guys. Okay, listen. I gotta talk to you about this, and maybe you guys can make some suggestions. At my knitting club, making some friends with women of all ages. Okay? Like, I have a new friend, and she's 16. Okay? But I also have a friend who is 60. Anyways, 70. My best friend. The cat opera is in town. But there's a woman there who's in her 40s, mid to late 40s, and she got herself a Switch Lite. And she has been playing Animal Crossing. I will say that my 16-year-old friend, it's different talking to her, for sure, but she's also, like, really smart, and she's a good, you know, she's like a good kid. She's like, she doesn't party or anything. She's has good grades and that sort of thing. So it's a little easier to talk to her than who I imagine, you know, one of those ones. But also we have knitting and crochet in common, and we have a lot in common, and, you know, it's nice, and I give her advice and stuff. It's fun. Anyways, so this woman, she's playing Animal Crossing, but she's complaining to me. She's like, it's so slow. I'm bored. And I was like, okay, well, maybe look into, no, she doesn't watch my streams. Maybe look into Stardew Valley, because it's the opposite. It's Animal Crossing on crack cocaine. It is constant stuff to do. Okay? I said, look into it, make sure you're interested, because she's like, it's ugly. And I was like, girl, I know. Trust me, I feel you. I get it. But I said to her, it's a lot. I said, it's a lot. It's a lot. I said, it's a lot. So I said, look into it, make sure you're interested. And then she texted me. She was like, I got this game. I don't get it. I'm trying to take care of my farm and I'm just running out of energy. Do I eat something? What do I do? And I was like, oh, mama. I said, oh, mama. Maybe you guys can make some suggestions. I sent her a bunch of other games that I thought were good. I feel bad. I sent her an article, like an IGN article that's just like, beginner's guide to Stardew Valley. I said it's a lot. I told her that a lot of times. I said it's a lot. And then we talked about other games and that sort of thing. I also told her about Disney Dreamlight Valley, but she was like, I saw that the reviews weren't good, so I didn't, whatever. I almost recommended Slime Rancher, but I really hesitate to recommend a first-person game to someone new to gaming like that. Yeah. I did get really bored of Disney Dreamlight Valley, only because it was treating me like a stupid baby. Yeah, she knows that I have a gaming channel. Here's what I sent her, and you guys can tell me, okay? I did some research. I was looking at my own Switch library. Let me find it. I said, okay, for Animal Crossing adjacent games, I said, the DLC is fun. You'll probably like the DLC, the Happy Home Paradise. I don't know if she knows what DLC means, but she'll figure it out. I said Ooblets, and I said Spiritfarer. Those are Animal Crossing adjacent. Those are in the realm of Animal Crossing. Okay. Do not talk shit about her, please. Stop. Okay. Are we good so far with my recommendations? And then I said, other stuff worth checking out. I said, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Because she plays, hi. She plays, what's it called? She likes all those, like, Nintendo, old school Nintendo things, but she wasn't that into Mario Wonder, she said. But she really likes Kirby and the Forgotten Whatever, my butt. She likes that sort of thing. So I said, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I said, Gree. I said, Link's Awakening, because she mentioned to me that she liked the old Zelda games. I said, Luigi's Mansion 3. I said, A Short Hike. I said, Ori and the Blind Forest. I said, Untitled Goose Game. I said, Super Mario Odyssey. And I said, A Hat in Time. And she said, she was looking some up. She said, is Link's Awakening Zelda? Because I like the original game, so I'll probably like that one. And I said, yes. It's great graphics. It's a remake of an old game. It's that same kind of game style you like. You're gonna love it. And then she said, A Short Hike sounds cute. And I said, it's very cute. She said, okay, I may get that one. I said, it's not very long, but I liked it a lot and even shed a little tear at the end. And then she said, the game ends? And I said, yeah. It's got a story, so once you get to the end of the story, it's over. But you can take your time with it. And she said, I don't think I've ever actually played a game that ended. I said, word. I think that means she's never finished a game before. So, you know, I think that's fun. So I think she said that she was going to get A Short Hike. We'll see. She has all the old, like, you know, the Nintendo old stuff. The Nintendo old stuff. This is a person I met in my knitting club, okay? An older woman. She likes the retro Nintendo stuff, so she has all that on the Switch too. I thought about Pikmin. I don't think she has a buddy to play with. So that's why I also didn't recommend It Takes Two. I thought about It Takes Two, I thought about Pikmin, but since I'm not that into Pikmin, I just didn't recommend it, but, you know. I thought about for a minute Katamari, but I was like, this is too weird. This is too weird to suggest to a person who I'm not sure about what they like yet. Yeah. I know, everybody's saying Suika game. I guess. But I don't know, that's just not what she was, like, expressing. I think she likes the management and the design aspect of, Animal Crossing. Which is why I initially was like, well, if you want that constantly all the time, do Stardew Valley, but it's a lot. I thought about maybe like, these are just, I said in my text, I'm like, I could go on, but I think that's a good place to start. Another game that I maybe would recommend, that's like a different kind of genre, would be like Unpacking. Yeah, I've never played My Time at Portia, but I've heard good things about it, so... But again, I'm like hesitant to recommend a game that I don't really know that much about. We were looking at the eShop together last time I was at the knitting club, and she didn't even know that the eShop existed. Yeah, Lil Gator game would be good too. I thought about that as well, but also I'd never played that and don't really know that much about it. So, again, hesitant. And she asked me what Overcooked was, and I was like, it's like a cooking thing. She's like, oh, is that one of the things where they give you an order and you have to... And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I don't want to do that. I was like, okay. Work. Yeah, I've heard good things about Power Wash Simulator. It's fun, right? I really like Good Pizza, Great Pizza. But I didn't put that on there. I like Played Up more than Overcooked too, but I think Overcooked is fun for like many people. Like party. I think Overcooked is probably like a better party game for people to just like pick up and do. And Played Up is a little bit more like a journey. That was fun with the Twitch extension. That was very fun. I would do that again. I know I would like to play Dave the Diver. It's on my list. It's on my list. It's on my list. My list. Wow, this has been a fun stream, just chatting about stuff. Well, I will say this woman that I'm talking to is in her 40s. But I have a very good friend from this knitting club who is in her late 60s, early 70s. And she's a gamer. She's a full-blown gamer. She loves Skyrim. She loves those kinds of games. What else did she say that she liked? No, she doesn't know anything about D&D, but, I don't remember. She was telling me all these games that she liked. And then I sent her a, list of games that I think that she should play. She likes, Dark Souls. And she was like, I really want to play Elden Ring. And I was like, yeah, you should. It's so good. It's so good. And her son, I guess, is really into Rocket League. And like somebody works somewhere, I don't know. So she's just the best. But we initially bonded over our mutual love of Lord of the Rings. So she's my new best friend. You know, I get to see her once a week and we get to chat. We get to talk about our lives, and you know, Matt got to meet her at the Fiber Fair. That was fun. Yeah. So I've been making some good friends. Making some good friends at the knitting club. Honestly, somebody asked earlier how you find a group like that. I was on a mission. Because knitting is such a thing that you can do in a social setting with a group of people. So I was like, I know that there are knitting groups around, but the closest ones are far from me, and traffic. If I go closer to the city, it's going to be traffic and I don't want to. So I was looking around for one closer to me, and the way that you do that is just like going to knitting stores and being like, do you guys have a group? Do you guys have a whatever? So I would say go to the shop in which your hobby exists. So I think someone earlier said bird watching. Where do they sell binoculars? That's a thing, right? Oh, so this is my eyeball. So yeah. Since we live on like the edge of LA, the outskirts, my knitting group is not in LA technically, but it's still really close, and I go once a week and it's really fun. Also there are apps or websites like Meetup, which I was looking into many years ago when I was looking for things to do. But yeah, if a store, like a sporting goods store, has like a bulletin board or like flyers, places where people post flyers, check that. Check Meetup for groups. Because it's really good for you. It's really good for you to go into a community of people where you have a common interest. Yep, that does something. Does hydration reminder. Good job. It's good for your soul to do that. And it is a really good group, I found. Some people in there have been hit or miss, but most of them have been really, really nice. Just all sorts of different demographics, all women, but different ages, different backgrounds. It's been really nice. And we all have so much in common, you know? It's a good time. Oh man, it's almost noon. No, men are allowed. There are men sometimes. This one lady brought her husband in a couple times. He just learned how to crochet, so he's been there a few times. It's just, there's sexism. There's sexism that, like, knitting is a woman's thing. It's stupid. If you want to watch a good video that kind of talks about this a little bit, there's a YouTube channel called Made in the Moment, and they cover craft-related trauma. And there's one about knitting.com, which was a website started by two finance bros that were just like, yeah, we're gonna do knitting.com and we're gonna revolutionize the knitting world. And it's like, oh, are you? Oh, are you? Cool. And in the video they talk about, the channel's called Made in the Moment. And she talks about in the video, like, how they deliberated, you know, they were debating knitting versus, like, fishing or woodworking or something. And it's like, interesting. And then they said something like, yeah, but the fishing and the woodworking or whatever it was, they're good. They're good. They got what they need. There's nothing that we can improve upon. But knitting, and it's like, oh, interesting that the men hobbies don't need to be improved on. But the hobbies dominated by women, they need your help to perfect it. Like, mama, we're good, thank you. Keep it. Anyways. That's that. Fun video. I love her videos. Great stuff. Good stuff. Amen. Nothing like meeting people that share your hobbies. Yep, it's stupid. It's stupid. We don't need it. We don't need your information. You don't know how to knit. You don't know what you're talking about. But you're going to come in here and say that you can perfect knitting tools and knitting websites? What are you talking about? Yeah, that's a good idea too, Dr. Brogbo. And never underestimate the power of research. I am a natural born researcher. I am a natural born detective. So if there's something that I'm curious about, I'm gonna be Googling a lot. You know? So if I'm like, I want to meet people who are really into fish tanks, I'm gonna see. Or like parrots. Is there like a parrot group? And there is, but I don't have a parrot right now. And what am I gonna do? Show up and be like, can I touch your bird? Absolutely maxed out sleuthing. For sure. You cannot hide a thing from me. Hire a bird. I want a bird. I love birds. Oh, I love the fresh baked bread smell of bird breath. Our Tweety, thank you for subscribing. Listen, I would love to do a Nancy Drew stream. I have a Sherlock Holmes game. But every time I say I'm going to play it, Matt is like, nobody wants to watch Sherlock Holmes. Play something that people are interested in, like Skyrim. And I'm like, he thinks I have niche games. He thinks I find weird niche games. And I think he's too mainstream, so there you go. I don't like Skyrim, I think. I don't want to play it. I think I know myself. I know myself. And I know when I look at a game, if I'm gonna want to play that game. If I'm gonna enjoy it. I've never been surprised. I've been surprised by how much I love something. But I've never been surprised, like, whoa, I thought I would hate this. I know I know that Skyrim is not for me. And there was another one. There's another one that people are always telling me about. It's not a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm happy to admit when I'm wrong. I'm happy to. There are lots of times when Matt shows me something and I accept it begrudgingly, and then I'm like, oh, actually that's fire. I love to be wrong. I love to experience new things. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll play Sherlock Holmes. It's a little hard. I don't want to do it. Yeah, it can be a little bit tough. Like, I'm sure if you've been a member of our stream family for a while, you will have seen this dynamic at play when Matt is trying to help me understand something and I'm like, I know. You know? And then I don't know. And also he's got a lot of thoughts in his brain that he wants to tell me, and he's telling me a lot of things, and I'm just like, okay. You know. But this is something this dynamic is something that I was in denial of for a long time. Of me having an issue with being told what to do. And more recently, I kind of had a epiphany where I was like, I do that. And I think it's an ADHD thing. I literally have a piece of paper right here that says, things to remember about my brain. I wrote this during Baldur's Gate. Because I had my epiphany during Baldur's Gate. When I was like... It was after the Aunt Ethel Balagan, you know? I don't know, maybe. I just don't like being told what to do. So I wrote down this thing for me to remember. Things to remember about my brain. And I wrote down 3 main symptoms of ADHD. Inattention, short attention span, and difficulty sustaining attention / listening to others, easily distracted. And it's frustrating for Matt to explain how something works to me. And then I'm like, yeah, got it. And then a second later, I'm doing the opposite of that. And he's like, I just told you how to do this, but it's hard for me to listen. And it's hard for him to listen too, so. But having the awareness, just being aware of that. Awareness is the greatest gift that you can ever receive. Just like knowing something about yourself. And then that thought will plant a seed in your brain, and then you can refer back to it when these situations come up. Anyways, inattention, impulsivity. This is 3 main symptoms of ADHD. Often interrupts others, has difficulty waiting their turn, blurts out answers instead of waiting to be called on. And this is me, trying to fish Matt's sentences because I think I know what he's gonna say, and then he'll be like, that's not what I was gonna say. Or I'll be like, I know, yeah. Or, I can't, whatever. But having a reminder there and knowing myself, I can practice, and it does take practice, going, just wait, let them finish their thought, and then say something, think about it. Anyways, and then the 3rd main symptom, hyperactivity, talks excessively, fidgets with hands, or squirms in seat. Inability to stay on task. And then I put myself little helpful things on this piece of paper for me if I'm having trouble. This, it really comes to light when we're doing co-op stuff. So one of the things I wrote, things to remember about my brain. Prone to creativity and idea generation. May become hyperfixated on ideas. So think about if you were there for the Auntie Ethel stream, I was hyperfixated on getting down through her thing and jumping down, and I was absolutely hyperfixated that I knew how to do it and I wasn't going to be told a different way to do it, and I completely ruined everything. And then I put a little star and I said, it's okay if I don't get my idea out or somebody else has a better idea. I'm like, yeah, it is okay. It's all right. Or we can try their idea first, and then I can say, I have an idea. Can we try mine too? Ooh, thank you for the bits, Comedy Vegas. And another thing I wrote, things to remember about my brain. Repetition and simplicity help. So it says, many people with ADHD have issues with working memory, can't retain what you've just learned. This is something I struggle with a lot. And then I put a little star and I said, ask Matt to repeat if needed. Remind him that I am listening, I just forget easily. And sometimes, and maybe you've heard me, I know that after I had this epiphany and I wrote this paper during our Baldur's Gate streams, I was like, okay. He would be telling me something about a plan that we would do or something, and then I would say, so you want to sneak, steal, sneak, whatever. I would like simplify the plan so that I could remember what the plan was, you know, simplify it by just like words. Rather than, okay, we're going to sneak in and then you're going to use Astarion and he's going to go and he's going to backstab and then he's going to do this. I would be like, okay, sneak, backstab, invisible, whatever. Like I would just simplify so I could remember. And then I also wrote other helpful things. Repeat before speaking. When listening, make an effort to paraphrase what was said before responding. So I practice this sometimes, and maybe you've noticed a difference in our co-op streams. Maybe not. Where I'll be like, okay, you want me to distract this person while you do something? So what you're asking me to do is this, is just to clarify so that if I repeat it again, then I can understand it a little bit better. And then practice pausing. Make an effort to, what does that say? Carefully listen, then take 3 seconds to pause before responding. So yeah. These are just like reminders that help me a lot. Again, I feel like I'm finding myself big time. You know, I'm really settling into the proper functioning Shelby. It is a great way to remember names. I try to do that when I meet people. Otherwise, I will forget their names. So yeah, those are my ADHD things. But again, you can have those things and not have ADHD. I think everybody has a little bit of hyperactivity, impulsivity, inattention. But when it inhibits your function, when it gets in the way of life, it's something to look into, for sure. But there's also a lot of overlap with ADHD and autism, actually. I have a thing because one of my really good friends is autistic, and we relate to each other very much so with like the stimming and the hyperfixation and the just like knowing things and that sort of thing. So I found a like Venn diagram and I sent it to them once. That was like ADHD, autism, and then like the middle of the things that they will share. Let me see. Here it is. So it looks like this. Okay. Yeah, and a lot of people will have both, for sure. Pity cap. ADHD exclusive things are like craves novelty. Yes, check. Difficulty regulating attention and focus. Check. I'm checking myself. I'm diagnosing myself, even though I'm already diagnosed. Difficulty with social cues due to focus and attention issues. Maybe. Definitely there are times when I'm like, I don't know how they perceived that because I wasn't paying attention to them. but I don't have difficulty with social cues in general. Hyperactivity and impulsivity, inhibition difficulties. I guess. Yeah. I mean, I just talked all about my medication history, so, I guess that's that. And then the autism-specific things, it says craves familiarity. I get a little bit of that. But also I get bored very easily. Finds comfort in repetitive behaviors and routines. I feel the routines for sure. And obviously this isn't the end-all be-all. This is just examples. Go get diagnosed if you have questions. Difficulty reading social cues intuitively. I have none of that. I'm very good at picking up on social cues. I have no issue with that. Strict adherence to routines. Not strict. I'm not that. High need for verbal context. Also not that, really. I appreciate it. I appreciate explanations and stuff, but I can also read into things, And then here are the, that's funny. My granny said most likely everyone has a couple of letters. That's funny. Here's the overlap that is common in both autism and ADHD. Stimming, check. Sensory differences, check. If I have an itchy tag, forget about it. My day's ruined. Impulse control, check. Emotional regulation difficulties, check. Big check. Higher rates of substance abuse, suicidality, depression, eating disorders, anxiety, bipolar, and OCD. That's just kind of like, yeah, they all live together very happily and they hold hands. Neurodivergent communication patterns, i.e. info dumping, connecting over shared interests, and story swapping, check. Big check. Huge check for me. Huge, massive check for me. Webbed interconnected thought patterns. Huge, big fat check. Gotta go to the bank with all these checks. Special interests and passions. Check. I told you guys I went to my friend's birthday party and I met some girl for the first time and I was talking about her mom's milk glass, my friend's mom's milk glass collection. We were bonding over that. And then I started talking about her dad's aquariums and planted tanks and whatever. And the girl was like, you seem to know a lot of, and I was like, stuff? Yeah. Yeah. A lot of stuff in my brain. Okay. Special interests and passions, check. Task switching difficulties. Huge check for me. Very hard for me to switch gears. But I'll do it. Neurodivergent masking. I don't mask very much. I will, I guess, is it a form of masking to be like, are you listening nicely? Don't talk. Don't interrupt them. Listen nice. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Hold that thought. Put a pin in it. Don't lose it. I know you want to talk about it. Don't lose it. I guess that's masking because that's my whole life. Eye contact differences. I don't have issues with eye contact. I will look you right into your eyeballs big time. But sometimes during heavy conversations or something, my eyes will wander. It's like, yeah, okay. Social differences. I don't know. I've always felt kind of like it's easy for me to make friends, or I'm a good chameleon. That sort of thing. I will find friends in whatever group I go into. Passionate focus. I think that's another word for hyperfixation. I like that term. So interesting to think about. Yeah. The stimming is a big one for me. I do a lot of bouncing and stimming. It's short for stimulating, I think. It's just a repetitive action or something that I don't know what's the definition? I'll look it up for you. I'm bouncing my knee too. Let's see. Stimming. Self-stimulation behaviors or stereotypy are repetitive body movements or repetitive movements of objects. Many individuals on the autism spectrum engage in routine stimming. Sometimes I do though, sometimes audio stimming. Verbal stuff, like a something will just like feel good to say, like I need a one dance is kind of a stim for me. Or I killed Sirius Black. Just like sometimes I feel like I have to get it out and it feels good, you know? I do have a echolalia. It's not compulsory. Like, I could not do it. I just like to do it, and it feels good. Or, like, if I get into, like, a song or, you know. Yeah, I pick at scabs, too. My skin used to be a lot worse because I was picking a lot. I was picking at any, like, pimple, blackhead sort of thing. I have a ring that is a spinner. It's like a little spinning ring that I like to putz with. But I mean, if you're around me, you may perceive that I am constantly in motion. I pick at my fingers too all the time. I mean, they're horrible right now. I've been picking like crazy. That's a huge stim for me. The ring helps. But yeah, I'm bouncing my knees. Sometimes I will lay in bed and like, if these are my feet, I will literally just be like, you know, my feet are always moving. I'm constantly shifting positions. I just, you know, that sort of thing. I saw a video of me as a kid. Like, because I have a bunch of home videos. I saw a video of me as a kid. I was like two or three maybe, sitting in a chair, and I was just going, just like fully, you know, bouncing, just like banging my head against this big chair I was sitting in, just rocking, you know. I was like, oh honey, oh honey. And then my autistic friend sent me a video of them as a little kid, around the same age, like 2, flapping, and we were just like, oh mama. Those poor kids. Yeah, I think there were some whites of my eyes happening. I think it was a little bit like that sometimes. I was also like, like there are just like, you know, things. Are your joints hypermobile? Maybe. A little bit. I'm a little flexible, I suppose. I know, honestly. Particular chair in the front room of my house that if I leaned in just right, I could get it to squeak for like 43 seconds straight. Yeah. Well, if you feel like you're in search of a diagnosis and that you feel like it interferes with your life, then maybe it's not ADHD, maybe it's something else. You know? Or just a touch of it. Just a touch of the tism or something, you know? Something a little spicy in there, something to spice up your life. It doesn't have to be like a full-blown thing. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Oh, I did find a video when we were talking about Crazy Frog in Discord. I did go looking to see if I could find that dance that we did to Crazy Frog. I couldn't find it, but I did find it was a very brief discussion about Crazy Frog. I did find, though, an hour and a half long video. I've talked about this before, maybe, and I watched bits and pieces of it before, but I actually like really scrubbed through. An hour and a half long video of my friend and I pretending that we were news reporters reporting on 7 days ring-related deaths and possessions, and taking turns being victims of Samara versus just reporters, news reporters. We had never seen The Ring. All we knew is that you'll die in 7 days, and that there was a video. But yeah, I took a little clip of it, and I'll show it to you guys maybe next time when we're doing our TikToks, of me being a reporter. And I was just like, oh my god, how did this kid not get snatched up by Disney Channel with this performance? I was like, damn. So I'll show you guys next time. That's fun. That's fun stuff. They wanted to diagnose autism, but when I told them that every single thing could just as well be explained by another pre-existing diagnosis I've had for years, they took it back. Yeah. I found another dance performance from around the same time of like, we did a dance to the James Bond song. And I would show that, but I found the outfits to be especially skimpy for 10-year-olds. So I do not feel comfortable sharing it. I don't know, it's like dun 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 dun. It's like that. You know? They had us in like a, if you've ever been in a dance performance, there's a lot of sequins and the costumes are always awful. But they had us in like very short little black dresses. It's just, I say to why. To that I say why. But at the time I was like, ooh, yeah. Yeah. Listen, I've never seen James Bond. I've never seen any of them. Not a single one. I guess I could. I'm sure I would like it. I don't know. But again, it's one of those things where I look at it and I'm like, it just doesn't interest me. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care about that. I like Austin Powers. No, not a single one. Maybe I've seen like bits and pieces in between commercials, but never like, I feel like I get it. I don't know. Yeah, Austin Powers. Close enough. Exactly. James Bond wishes he was Austin Powers. Although I do have a memory of when I was in elementary school. I had a nanny. She picked me up one day. And I was in her car with all of her kids. Some of them were older. They felt like full-blown adults at the time, but I was in elementary school, so that means they were probably in middle school. And they were talking about Austin Powers, and they were like, so-and-so saying, the big guy, the fat guy. And I was like, oh, you mean fat bastard? I didn't know that bastard was not a nice word to say. And they were like, oh my god, don't say that. I was mortified. I was so embarrassed. I didn't know. That's called humiliation trauma. Yeah, my dad was definitely showing me things I shouldn't see, but again, I feel like it made me who I am today. The Austin Powers movies, the Flavor of Love binge sessions, the horror movies as a child that I was watching. It made me who I am today. And now I'm so funny because I watched those things as a tiny child. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. It's so funny that we all had the same bastard experience. We're all little bastards. Well, it's 12:30. I should go. Yeah. Thanks, Dad. Listen. If you're a child of divorce, it's inevitable that you go to one house for nice things, and then you go to one house to watch garbage. Okay? You go to one house, and they have nice sheets. And then you go to the scratchy sheet house, but you get to watch garbage. There's a nice sheet house and a scratchy sheet house. You know what I mean? This is not a butt plug, sorry. No, this is for yarn. It goes like this and it spins. You put the yarn on it and you spin it. But I needed something to hold. Oh, your dad's house had the nice sheets and the garbage TV. No. My mom's house was the house I grew up in. Backyard, dog, nice sheets. What else was there? Healthy food. Blech. Healthy food, bleh. But also, if I was at my mom's house, I was gonna be late to school. It was just gonna happen. My mom has terrible punctuality. At my dad's house, scratchy sheets, eBay toys, secondhand garage sale things, get to watch horror movies, video games, electronics, frickin', what else? There's a pool in the apartment complex. Also, my dad cooks weird things. My dad was a great cook. He cooks weird things, though. You're gonna have chicken hearts. You're gonna eat anchovies out of the thing. You're gonna eat a block of feta cheese for fun. We're gonna sit on the couch and eat a block of feta cheese. And also, we're gonna watch Flavor of Love. And you will not only be on time, you will be early. And this is the duality of me. This is me. Oh, dude, my dad was the fucking best. He was so funny. Everywhere we went, my dad was making friends with every person. The cashiers, everything. King's first literal me. Yeah. And I feel like I got my sense of humor from my dad, for sure. My mom is a little bit more prude. My mom. Like, she won't say fart. She won't say fart. She would say fuck before she said fart. I don't know why. She doesn't like potty humor. I don't know, dude. She said it was from her parents. Like, they wouldn't mention farts, but then her dad would make the worst farts and then no one could talk about it. I'm like, that sounds awful. Meanwhile, butt knives, exactly. Potty humor is the best humor. We all do it. We all do it. Oh my god, my mom would die though if I told this, but listen. Everyone farts. It's fine. It's fine. She would do the quietest, tiniest little fart. I couldn't even hear it. Or like a little burp or something. And then the only reason I would know that it happened was because she went, "Excuse me." Like, oh, what? I don't know. You know, telling on herself. I don't know. But then the tragedy of this, we don't do potty humor, we don't talk about that, is she and I both had tummy problems. Had tummy problems. Bubble guts. Hershey squirts. Sorry, that's really gross. Guts going nuts, exactly. So, it is hard to talk to the doctor. And I'm like, I have diarrhea every time I eat. What's going on? Just go into the doctor and be like, excuse me. Friends mom had a rule that you had to say excuse me louder than you burp first, so we'd rip them as loud as we could and then scream excuse me. That's funny. Screaming yellow butt squirts. Why are they yellow? I don't know. I'm not worried about my butt knives though. It's normal. It's very normal. I saw a TikTok the other day about butt knives. And I said yes. Thank you. I'm not crazy. Of course they didn't say butt knives. It wasn't Dr. TikTok, it was just like a relatable thing. Hold on, I'll find it. I'll find it. And then I have to go. I have to see what Matt's doing. I can't wait to show you guys all these TikToks. It's gonna be fun. I don't know where it is, but anyways, the medical term for butt knives is proctalgia fugax. Are you proud of me for remembering that? I don't know where it is. I could have sworn I saw it sooner than this. I guess it doesn't matter. Proctalgia fugax. I'm gonna show you guys some great stuff. Look at this guy. Can you believe? Are you so excited to see what I've got cooking for you? Are you excited? Did that make you excited? Yeah. Yeah. Just because it's happening to other people doesn't mean it's supposed to happen. This is fine though. It's just a muscle spasm in the anus. Okay, don't worry. It's fine. And it happens more to women. Okay? I'll tell you. I have to go, but I'll tell you. Hi-ya-ya. Alright. And that's how I'm going to be today. Anyways, I'll see you guys on Wednesday with some TikToks. And, some silly stuff. And it was a Jeopardy answer recently. I saw that. And I said, Windex! And nobody got it. And I was furious. I'm smarter than everyone on Jeopardy. Okay, anyways, be good. Make good choices. And I will see you on Wednesday for some wild, silly times. And love you, be good. Bye-bye.